Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this. It is Veterans Day on, the 12th of November. That's what it is. Monday. It is 7:19 a.m. and I have a very, very tired little goose in my pocket. She is very sleepy, just like me. I just made noise and scrabbled outside until she came out of her house, and then I picked her up, but she's a cutie. An absolute cutie. Her fur, although iridescent and pearlescent, she is also, you can barely tell, banded because of the lighter color here, well, darker color here, and then the lighter color in the middle. You can barely tell. Ooh, she nipped at my finger to try and see what it was. Not because she was angry, but because she smelled something. Hamsters see the worlds with their mouths. They can't see. And so, they see, they have eyes. I'm going to put her away because she's a cutie. Here we go, little one. Thank you so much. There you go. No need to panic. There you go. Pull the lid back so she can go back to rest. Sleep. Whatever the word is, I can't remember. I can't even remember the word I was using. Oh yeah, she's a banded hamster, but she's pearlescent and iridescent, and it's quite awesome. She's very, very cool. I like her a lot. Very awesome. Definitely a good thing. Hopefully she's going to go back into her little Petco box and rest. A couple things are kind of irritating me today. Well, this one isn't irritating me. It hurts. My lower plate, because I lost a lot of weight and resorption of tissue. What they did was they put this glop onto my lower plate and my upper plate and then stuck them into my mouth, and I had to hold them in place for 10 minutes while it set. And then he took the excess off, and then that was the soft lining. That stuff that he put on there molded itself to the shape of my mouth. That's why this upper plate just fits like I'm bolting it in. It just goes bam and pops into place. The lower plate presses right here on a new spot, and so right there it feels like I've got a spike going into my gum line. I have a pressure sore right there from it. I gotta call them up today and get that ground down a little bit, because where it's pressing, now pressure sore is of course just something pressing on you. Pressing. But it presses all the time. And remember, after 2 hours of pressure, your skin starts to die, but it doesn't stop. And so the tissue underneath starts to die too, but it doesn't stop. And so you get a big pressure sore, a wound like you've been cut or worse, just because your tissue is dying because no blood flow because of pressure. And so I've got a pressure sore. The tissue has died from the pressure, and now it's an open wound right there. So yeah, when I'm not recording, I gotta pop that thing out and only have my upper plate in. So I gotta call my denturist to get that ground down a little bit, because I can't chew. Just talking, it is horribly painful. If I put any pressure, like, that hurts. Ow. So trying to chew something, even semi-solid, put a little bit of pressure on that, oh my God. Yeah, you get a wound, get a cut that hurts, hurts, and then sit there with, say, good golly Miss Molly, let's say just like this, and then just go like this on top of your cut. That's what's happening here each time I try to chew. So, yay. Thumbs up. But it's not terrible. I've had pressure sores come and go, so thumbs up for that. Now, one thing that I did want to kind of show off, just minor league, because I want to talk about this. Pot, cannabis, the colloquial, the U.S. government in all of its paperwork always refers to cannabis as marijuana, even though marijuana is a slang term. And in fact, it is a slang term from Mexico, which is why the U.S. government does that. They don't refer to cannabis, they refer to marijuana. To stress always the fact that brown people smoke this. Even though today, the people that only care about that are the maggots that wear the red hats. Everybody else is like, okay, brown people, good. My neighbors are brown people, I'm a brown person. What's the problem? And there isn't. So, remember, it was all based on racism. The entire policy of U.S. drug control and all that has been racism from beginning to end. And politics, of course, because after all, they infiltrated all of their enemies back in the 60s, 70s, 50s, 80s, and 90s, 2000s probably. They used these things to infiltrate groups that they did not like, Black Panthers and such, and then destroy them from the inside under the, oh, there were drugs. So, yay. But the reason I wanted to talk about that is, way back when, cannabis used to be about 7% THC. Now, THC is the main component in cannabis, but it's not the whole thing. And in fact, when they tried to isolate THC by itself in pharmaceuticals, THC by itself is a very unpleasant high. It comes on fast, it's nasty, it's not good. You need all the other cannabinoids and cannabinoids, etc., in the plant to really give you the full effect, because each and every one of those minor cannabinoids is a part of the whole gestalt, is a part of the whole. You take parts and pieces out, you're just left with one piece, and it's a whole. Now, the reason I wanted to say that is, again, it used to be only about 7%. Street weed was about 7%. Through the years of it being bred, and especially since it started getting legal in the US, they have been breeding high THC strains all the time. So when they talk about, oh, pot is so much stronger on the streets than it was, well, yeah, it is, but it's not horrendously dangerous either. It only used to be 7%. The stuff that costs a whole bunch of money, you might get bud that's like 30% THC. That's top of the line stuff. It's very expensive. Normally you're getting stuff that's maybe 21% if you're lucky, which is 3 times stronger than it used to be. So it's not incredible, but it is good. One thing that they do though is they take the plant, pressurize it, squash the juice out, take that oil, and then process that. And then you can get, that oil is anywhere from 40 to 99% pure THC and the other cannabinoids. I just wanted to talk about this because I have, just to show you what it's like, here is one container of THC oil, and this is the good looking stuff. This is moderately nice looking, but this was $10 for a gram, and it's lasting, man. It's gotta last like all month. But you just take your dab stick, and mine has a fried egg on the end. They put little silly things on the end because it helps stop them from rolling, and it helps you identify it if you like drop it on the carpet. So mine has a little fried egg. But you just take your little scooper, you scoop out just a bit, only about the size of a BB maximum. And then what you do is you heat up your oil rig, which can be anywhere from like a titanium or quartz nail, which is just this thing that comes up. You heat it up with a blowtorch. You take your oil, put it onto the nail, and while you're breathing into the mouthpiece, it takes the vapor down through, runs it through water, and then runs it up into the mouthpiece and into your lungs. The water helps cool down the vapor so that you're not getting like just straight 300-degree oil vapor into your lungs, which it happens. But that's the one type. This is, like I said, moderately not bad just because of the color. There's still a lot of impurities, as you can tell. The clearer, the better. They also come blopped onto stuff like this. So if you want to get this, you've got to unfold it. Tough. It's plastic. And then scoop out a chunk and then do the same thing, but it comes on this paper, well, not paper. Some people keep it on this, some people immediately take it off of these and put it into, and it's actually a smarter way to do it, into these silicone containers. And I'll show you a silicone container. And when you get oil in the silicone containers and then the oil's all gone and you got the silicone container, then you just transfer this stuff into the silicone containers. These are the little silicone containers. They're, you know, it's silicone. They replace the carbon with silicon, and so it's a weird substance that'll last, you know, forever and continue to pollute our world. This stuff is, you can see how dark that is. The more it looks like pond scum, the less pure it is. Doesn't mean it's less THC. It just means there's more byproduct and non-THC stuff in it. So that lighter stuff, or stuff that's almost perfectly clear, when you get a hit of that, you're just getting almost pure THC. When you take a hit of this, it leaves a huge amount of residue behind on your nail, and it leaves a huge amount of residue behind in your lungs. High THC, but now these are all anywhere from 60 to 80% THC, what I've just showed you here. Now the reason that I brought all that up is, I remember when I was a young child, I was in middle school and all that. Well, actually, I first smoked my first cannabis when I was like in 5th grade. I and a friend of mine used to smoke cannabis, and then we would listen to music as kids, and oh my God, did it affect my head. And then years went by, and then I started smoking again in middle school and high school, going to parties every weekend with my friends. Wham! Every weekend blew my head out of my skull. I mean, I was affected really strongly. Now, I have been on massive amounts of medication. I've been on 45 milligrams of methadone, which is an opiate, a derivative of morphine, for a decade. I'm only on 5 milligrams daily now, 2.5 at a shot. But my tolerance for everything is sky high, because I took 3 hits of that oil stuff today, one after the other. Bam, bam, bam. All I get is pain control. I mean, I took those hits and immediately started recording. All I get is pain control. I do get, which is not entirely true, I do get a vague feeling of well-being if I get enough in me. Sometimes, if I get really medicated, I find it difficult to speak English. That's it. I get pain control, a vague sense of well-being, and if I really take a lot of hits, then I find it difficult to speak English for a little while. Past that, I don't really feel anything. So I don't take huge amounts of oil hits, because what is the point? I take 3 because that's pain control. It's got to last me for hours, and unfortunately, the purer it is like that, the shorter lasting the effects. If you just toke up on a joint, you may feel the effects of that for 5, 6, 8 hours. Lingering effects at the end, of course. An oil dab, maybe 3 hours max if you're lucky. So, life is life. I didn't really want to turn this all into the cannabis hour here, but it's now 14 minutes and 30 seconds, so I have opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. And I'm going to thank 20 to 25 people for having left me comments. Thank you very much for having done so. And it is arranged because I count American Sign Language, but with my fibro and more, and yeah, THC oil dabs, I forget very, very easily. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. I do my best. And I'm not reading the comments right now. I got very good peripheral vision, so when I look at a name, I can sometimes just flash. I see the entire comment. But past that, I'm just reading the comment. No, not reading the comment. Thanking you for having left a comment. Good comment, bad comment, indifferent comment. The fact is you left a comment. Thank you very much. So I'm calling it my Chrome. I can never tell, too. One of the effects of smoking cannabis, I do have to say, is I can never tell when I'm staring too much. So sometimes if I look into the camera and I don't blink for a long time, it's because I'm not sure. And my eyes dry out because you get dry eye and cotton mouth from this stuff. So occasionally I'll notice that I'm staring for way too long because my eyes are like drying out. So if I'm doing that, it's just because I've got a lot of THC in me. Anyway though, we have the Legend 28, thank you very much. Chef J Blue, greatly appreciated. And Nathan Brown, even though I think you're incorrect, thank you for leaving me a comment. Gary WLOT, thank you very, very much. And then we have Cobra Gratiolator, always good to see you in the comments. And Uchi Hakun, thank you very, very much. THP, greatly appreciated. Fan, there's other symbols in there too, but I don't know how to pronounce those. And One Silhouette, greatly appreciated. Xander Quinn, thumbs up and thank you. Please don't hate, mate. I will never hate anybody. The only person I've ever hated in my life is dead. I don't hate anybody. Clara Bird, greatly appreciated. Even Trump, I just wish he'd go away. I don't hate him. Will Cook, thumbs up and thank you. Jamie's Division, greatly appreciated. I hated what he's doing to the country, but just as an individual. Lovecraftian, thumbs up and thank you. Extreme Gaming YT, thumbs up. Mary Anya S, thank you. Claude 5190, greatly appreciated. Mushroom Jesus, thumbs up and thank you. Oliver Junarius, I sure hope I'm close. Thank you very, very much. And Jesse Hoskin, thank you. Zetetic Vlem, thumbs up. Dwight K. Shrewd, greatly appreciated. Sorry about that, choking on my own saliva. Albrecht, greatly appreciated. And last but not least, Dutch Vanderlind, greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you, thumbs up and thank you. It is well, everybody's head is a lonely, lonely place. But when you've got depression and worse, it's even lonelier. So thank you for getting me out of my head. It is appreciated. Oh, I gotta not do that. I can't clap my teeth together and click them like I used to because holy smokes, it's like a hammer blow right down there driving the spike in. That's thinking. Thumbs up. Anyway though, if you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could check out and donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be good. I need your help. The government is going to be taking $250 out of my paychecks next month and then for the next 3 months. I don't want to be homeless. If you could help me, please, please, please. I hate asking, but I don't want to be on the street. Now, if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and deposit them in the bank of my heart, so thank you very, very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool, greatly appreciated. Now, I would understand if you don't want to. I mean, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. This hand keeps drifting off camera screen. I'm not quite sure why. Anyway, though. Yeah, hopefully I'm going to have a reaction video today. Hopefully a game video. Hopefully a game video for the gaming channel. I really want to live stream again. I gotta start doing it again. And just like Multi-Inside Gamer, hopefully there, I've got a link right up and for there. He does charity. He's got like not even 200 subscribers on his channel, and he does charity live streams. I've always wanted to do charity stuff. For years I've wanted to do charity stuff for my channel, and he's doing it. So go check him out. Definitely a thumbs up for that. One day I'm gonna do a charity live stream when I figure out how people do that. I mean, not the live streaming part, but getting connected to a charity. I mean, I think that's awesome. Definitely a thumbs up. Oh boy. Well, 19 minutes and almost 30 seconds. So thank you very, very much for coming along with me on this journey of exploration. It is greatly appreciated. Thumbs up and thank you. Well, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that, my friend, is a very good thing. Definitely a thumbs up.